The haters are already left behind and they too stubborn to realize it, man. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video. Today's video, we're gonna be talking about this 2025, 2026, and I want to talk about what's going on in the investment community, the investment culture, because it's actually starting to get pretty laughable. But I'm gonna explain to y'all because it's actually quite dangerous if you believe some of this crap. So what's been going on in the markets is you got a lot of haters, you got a lot of people who don't know anything about the market, you got people who have credentials from other areas and think that gives them a right to talk about these markets. Over the past several years, they've been proven wrong, they've been humbled, and they don't want to stop running their mouth. They want to stick with the narrative anyway. They've been saying this shit since 2022, 2021. Meanwhile, Nvidia, 10 to 200, 2,000%. Palantir, 10 to 200, 2,000%. You can go look at Broadcom. You can go look at AMD. You can go look at the Mag 7. You can go look at the AI trade as a whole. Everything that people have been calling, the ones who actually did the research and actually like paid attention to the stocks, they made money. I don't know what you guys are over there doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's sad because now they're going to say you're lucky. So we were lucky when we caught Palantir, Nvidia, Oklo, Robinhood, the entire Mag 7, Google before it just blew up. Like, come on, man. The list goes on and on. The list goes on and on. You don't get lucky 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, man. What's going on right now is people do not want to learn. People want to stay stuck in their old ways. And people want to be right without the research. Like, I look at my favorite channels, favorite haters channel, it's just devolved. When I first watched him, he was trying to talk about stocks. He was trying to explain why he didn't like stocks, but the guy didn't know anything about stocks. So now he's just devolved into talking about black people. He's just devolved into talking about investors, saying everybody's stupid, saying everybody's gamblers. He's trying to compare race. Well, he doesn't realize buying Palantir and Nvidia, that wasn't a black thing. Every analyst was talking about this stuff. Dan Ives was talking about this stuff. We had people like Amit. You had people like Tom Nash. You had CNBC analysts. You had analysts at these Goldman Sachs, at the banks, at the hedge funds, saying these things. But you know, they don't watch that type of stuff. They don't watch nothing but Chris Sane and Wall Street Trapper. They don't know about where DD actually comes from. They've never listened to a buy-side analyst, but they like to run their mouths. And the second thing why I say they're already getting left behind, they don't know it. I was just listening to my hater's latest rant. He's talking about get skills, get skills, get skills, become a plumber, do HVAC. And there's nothing wrong with becoming a plumber and doing HVAC, especially in the AI era. But what they're doing that's wrong is they're not looking at the whole field. Right now, there are skills that override all that pay more than that. If you would take time to learn them, if you would take time to learn N8N, if you would take time to learn Supabase, if you would take time to learn Claude, Cursor, Claude Code, ChatGPT, the large language models, HeyGen, 11 Labs. These are the new skills. Nobody wants to accept it. Everybody's too stubborn. Everybody's running their mouth talking about the old days and the old ways like that's gonna hold up. And it's like the data is showing it's not gonna hold up. So I don't really like give a fuck. I'm up 2,000%. If you don't want to listen, that shit on you. If you want to lie and say I live with my mama, that shit on you, to my haters. But I mean, that's not the case. I bought Palantir at 10, it's 200. I bought 400 shares. I'm not going to show all my shares on camera, but you can do the math. Like, what I'm trying to tell people is they're running their mouths about a battle that we already won. The stocks are up 2,000%. We got the AI skills now. And I want everybody to learn the AI skills. Everybody's complaining about the economy and jobs and risk-taking and credentials. The AI skills are the new credentials. The AI skills are more valuable than a degree right now. Nobody wants to accept it because no one wants to stop what they're doing and learn things. I always said, ever since this AI wave started, this is going to be the biggest challenge on adults ever, because adults think they know it all, and AI is going to flip that on his head. It puts us all in the position of a teenager. Like, what are you going to do with your life now? What are you going to learn? What skills are you going to learn? That's what it is. It's like you could take whatever skills you got, you can add AI to them and turn those into $300,000-$400,000 a year skills. You can get $100,000-$200,000 a year job just learning how to use these tools and build these tools. But when I look at my haters channel, they've been spending their year researching other men. And it's sad. They're not researching stocks. They're researching people. So it's just completely devolved. I watch these channels and it's getting dangerous. You've got people out here who really don't have the credentials to talk about stocks, but they are either have good personal finances or they're like an accountant or something. Like, being an accountant does not give you the right to say what's going to happen with Nvidia. Working a job and saving money does not help you understand what's going to happen to Nvidia, and it's just extremely dangerous, because right now they're framing all the people who called the stocks that are up as scammers and losers. Now, it seems fun on the surface, but what does that do to people? That's going to make them ignore the fact that people bought Palantir at 10. It's going to make them ignore the fact that it went up. I'm looking at my other hater's channel who lives in his car. He's talking about if a stock gives fast gains, it's scammy. And that's not the case. Palantir didn't give fast gains because it was scammy. It gave fast gains because the world caught up to the bull case. People who bought it early realized that everybody who was going to be using AI was going to need Palantir behind the scenes on the corporate level. Once Wall Street figured that out, the stock had to re-rate. That's why it went from 10 to 200. But people who don't do research, they just see it as fast gains, luck, gambling. That's not what's going on right now. It's never before seen money coming out because there's never before seen technology here, and no one wants to embrace it. And that's fine, because over here at Printer Gang Investments, we up on everything. We done bought Nvidia, we done bought Palantir, we looking at ServiceNow, we looking at UiPath, we're using AI agents. So what I want to tell people, this is the era where you really got to listen to the experts. Look at the people with, what's the word, not credentials, with proof. Like, everybody wants to lean on credentials. AI is not going to play with anybody who leaning on no credentials, because AI is about proof of concept. I'm not here telling you I got a finance degree. In real life, I done called multiple stocks 1,000%, more than just Palantir, more than just Nvidia. I've been doing it since before I've been on this channel. Like, with AI on Upwork, when I do my Upwork jobs, they don't care about your degree. They care about your portfolio. Like, and that's what people are understanding. In the future, and even now, like, if you're in AI, but it's going to start spreading, people aren't going to care about your credentials anymore. People not going to care about your degree anymore. People care about your portfolio. On Upwork, I uploaded various agent products I built with various AI tools, and now I'm able to get $500 jobs, $800 jobs, $1,200 jobs. My rate on Upwork is $75 to $125 an hour, because I learned AI skills. While everybody else is talking about become a plumber, become an electrician, do things the old way. There's nothing wrong with doing that if you're passionate about it. But for these people to just ignore what's going on, talk crazy about AI, say that all the stocks that went up are scams when they're controlling the world. Nvidia controls all the chips. Palantir controls the large language models. So to just ignore all that and say work your regular 9-to-5 AI related job and buy the S&P 500 and dividend stocks, that's not as safe as it was before AI, for various reasons. Because all those things assume that you're going to have a 20-30 year career at the same place. AI says you may not. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what people got to understand, and I say this to everybody, if you've got a regular job, you need to learn AI skills on top of that ASAP. Because if you don't, you're going to be in a bad group. What's going to happen over the next few years, probably 2026, 2027, 2028, we're going to see a lot of these mid-range workers start to get replaced, laid off. Like the 70,000 to 120,000 a year crowd, not that higher crowd, not that lower crowd, but that middle crowd. A lot of those people are going to get replaced for their jobs. As they get replaced, they're going to start going to the other jobs. What does that mean? That means them people are going to start trying to get trades. That means those people are going to start trying to go to school for accounting, law, medicine, engineering, things like that. They're going to try to work low-wage jobs, the Ubers of the world, the restaurant, the factory jobs. What that's going to do is that's going to cause the entire labor market to get crowded. And what's supply and demand say? If the labor market gets crowded, then wages are going to stagnate. And that's one thing people aren't really, I don't think, accounting for. Everybody hears AI is going to lose jobs, AI is going to lose jobs, going to take jobs. And yes, AI will take some jobs and there will be job loss, and that is a problem. But in the medium term, what people aren't understanding or getting is they're not going to understand when the AI decides to set the performance metrics. Like, what they're going to do is they're going to take the AI and they're going to set the performance metrics at your job slightly higher than what a human could do. Once they do that, people are gonna get to arguing. Their company's gonna make you do more work for the same hours, for the same money, under threat of being fired. You see what I'm saying? And it's just gonna compress your wages. That plus all the new workers coming in, you're going to be in a situation where you're not getting pay raises like you're supposed to. Hours might be getting cut, even if you don't get fired. And that can affect your ability to contribute to your 401k, to contribute to your IRA. So anybody who stays like stubborn, says, I know everything, I'm doing it the right way, I don't need to learn anything else, inflation's going to get on that ass. I ain't going to lie to you. Inflation's going to get on that ass. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have money, but if inflation goes higher, and your stocks aren't performing, you're not going up. I'm not saying you have to do 1,000% like Palantir, but you do want to try and get some outsized gains right now, because when inflation increases and your wages decrease or stagnate, that's going to affect your investments. That's going to affect your retirement, and the world's not ready for that. A lot of people are going to get stuck. A lot of people are going to get stuck, man. But all I'm saying is, don't listen to these haters. Notice that they are not even talking about stocks no more. They are talking about people. That's the most dangerous sign. They don't want to argue price no more. They call it a little bull market. Stocks going from 10 to 200 and not stopping and becoming ingrained in the U.S. economy is not a little bull market. And these people are lying to you for views. They're teaching you the wrong things, and they're going to get you left behind, man. Like, last thing I'm going to say, I was looking at one of my haters. He was trying to use ChatGPT for the first time. I could tell he was using ChatGPT because I use AI models for real, and I could tell the way that the paragraph was written that it was ChatGPT. But what he doesn't realize, yeah, he right to be using ChatGPT, but since he spent all year looking at haters, he never learned how to build an agent. He never learned how to prompt GPT, so now he's getting back basic inputs. Meanwhile, we got Pam. But anyway, it's your boy Steve from Print and Gang Investments. I'm going to see you on the next video.